Well, very good afternoon on the 13th day of August 25, and what an absolutely superb day it is. Someone says to me that their electricity provider called them to say that there's going to be thunderstorms. I thought, what the heck are they talking about? So I checked the Met Office website, and they've got thunderstorms all over Scotland for today and tomorrow. Well, you need a cloud for thunderstorms, Met Office, and there's none in the sky. Oh dear, somebody's taken a bang into that very, very beautiful and traditional wall. I'm glad I got photographs of that previously, because of that gate, you see, into the house that's no longer there, which was knocked down for no apparent purpose, except for being a pretty house. So I'm heading through the Hosh being the Hosh farm over there. And all this land was owned by the Murrays of Perthshire, of course, and sold off after his, well, prior to his death, and then to pay the bills was, most of it was chopped up and sold after his demise. Poor civilian. And that includes Glenturret over here, of course. But anyway, hi there. So I'm going, well, she nodded her head to me, so I thought she's on a bike, and I thought I may as well say hello without going into too much. Although I was talking to the fencer. I was making a little thing last night about the fencing that's been erected at Glenturret Distillery, because people keep forgetting what gear they're in and go straight forward and smash into the fence, or reverse into it. But anyway, so I was chatting to him, and I was chatting to a couple of foreigners. I don't know which language, but he said his English was not very good, and I said, well, fair enough, I'll not natter on. I was really just asking him if he got a taste of whiskey and enjoy it. He said, oh yes, and he was very happy about it. It looked like he was half bloody gassed. I felt sorry for him drinking whiskey in a day like this. It's not good, actually. Best to wait until evening before you down a mighty glass of whiskey. When the sun sort of starts to go over the horizon, that's the best time to uncork the malt. And of course, in the winter evening, it's brandy will suffice. I was thinking about that actually, about when I spent a lot of time in pubs, as I mentioned before, pubs, bars, lounges, you name it. And there was also a sort of timeline of people who would come into the bar, and most of the people that were there lunchtime, like myself, were sort of well, either wanted a drink to top up from the night before, or it was part of the routine, or indeed there's lots of sort of I suppose mildly middle class people who come in and guzzle a few gins, and then I don't know what they did afterwards, but they couldn't have done much after that. Probably went home and guzzled more gin, I don't know, but and then you got a lot of people coming in. There was the afternoon squad, and then the tea time chaps all come in from their work and all sank a pint. I've never seen the point of that, coming in for a pint or 2 pints and then going home. Never got me. I've never done that, really. I don't see the point of it. You're either out to get absolutely smashed, or you don't touch it at all. I think you know where I am. It's we're wandering. This will probably end up a long vlog, Annie, because you're nattering quite a bit. Let's switch off for a little while until we get round a bit, and we'll pick up again at the Shaggy Brig, for example. So as you would expect, the shaggy waters are pretty low. I mean, you can step out over that. In fact, last night I was considering walking up the Shaggy with my big waterproof boots on, and I thought also doing that on the turret. But if you've got if for example we did get a bloody thunderstorm up in the mountains, I never knew anything about it, and there was a bloody tidal wave of water came down, well, I'd end up in the River Erne, wouldn't I? But all the growth goes back, and it's all done its job. You see, it grows fiercely in the spring and produces all the necessary colour and feed for the birds and all the rest of it. And everything starts to wilt backwards. And the intensity of this August sunshine will certainly ripe the grains. I was in the grain field last night at Kelms Hill, and it was not quite ready, I'm afraid. But there was harvesting going on the Ruthel Road today, out at Darkle Farm and Fendoch. No, not Fendoch. I've forgotten the damn name. I've forgotten the name, I'll put it up. I should remember it, but I'm not. My brain's all squidgy. So let's head up this way, Annie. And crikey, it's pleasant under the shade of the trees, but as I say, it's baking hot today. Yes, I certainly miss these alcohol-filled afternoons in the hostelries of my hometown of Crieff. It used to be great fun, and different stages, of course, over the years. But I'm very fond. I think I used to like the Royal Stew at the Meadow Inn. I used to like standing there or sitting on my stool, my favourite stool, just sitting in the corner, gulping away at my leisure. And people come in for a drink and have a chat. Do you like a drink, Andy? I says, no, you're alright. Go on, have a drink. Oh well. Are you having one yourself afterwards? Oh, I'm not buying one for get one back, nothing like that. Oh well. And yes, I met a lot of people in my life. Some very interesting individuals. And sometimes it's the only time you got a conversation, a proper conversation, over a quiet drink without any of the noise of the weekend. You sit and blather to somebody and find out their trials and tribulations from their own time on this earth. And quite remarkable. Yeah. Can I get another pint over here, please, and get Charlie whiskey, please? Yes. Yeah, Charlie, you like a large one? Oh no. Yeah. Go on, Charlie, give me a double for Charlie, would you? Oh, thanks very much. Yes. And well, I have to say, this is like the bloody road through Morocco. It really is. It's like it's also a track between heading westwards from Pakistan to Afghanistan. That's what it damn feels like. The path to avoid the Mujahideen. Yes. Oh yes, I thoroughly enjoy it. And another thing was as well that bloody jukebox. I mean, you got 10 songs for 50 pence or something, and people didn't mind putting that on. And you know, if it was shite, someone would say to them, "Oh, that's crap. Can you get a better selection if you go there again?" Sometimes you would ask the bartender to reject a song because it was making one sad or something, and often that would happen, and the person who was listening to the song would get a wee bit irate, or they'd say, well, I suppose right enough it's in my collection at home, but I shouldn't really play it in the pub. Yeah, you're giving us all a bloody, well, you're making us all sad, we should be happy. Yeah. I always found that with Elvis Presley tracks, that they either gave you a bit of an uplift or they totally destroyed your your day. Yeah. I'm going to take a seat on this old Victorian bench. There's very few left. It's under this marvellous horse chestnuts, which has been a pleasure to view all my life. In fact, the tree's been so kind, it's actually placed one down for me. Very early for the chestnuts to drop. I suspect that was because of that wind, was it last week? So they won't be ripe, they won't be big and brown. But isn't this a marvellous old bench? And as I say, well, my South African girlfriend, well, she's actually English by birth, but she lived in South Africa for many years. But we used to sit here for quite a long time on our days out, just sit here gazing out into the beautiful landscape. I talked last night about the fields of grain are exactly the same every year. Well, it's the same as that one out there. There is no crop rotation. I keep going on about it, but certainly that's a classic example. The same bloody cereal grown year after year for the last what? I have to say that I don't think I've ever seen that field out there with any different crop apart from barley or wheat. It's very humid now, and there are a few clouds. So I was going to venture further that way. Well, I still might actually. I wanted to see the tree. I've been speaking to a lot of trees of late, and there's one big one up there. I said to him, "How are you doing?" But I like this tree here. She's a real beauty, aren't you? You'll be here for a real age. I mean, you're probably about, what 300-year-old maybe? Certainly 200. Yeah, I'd say about 200, Andy. Oh, easy, Andy. Yes, not getting you quite in this silhouetted light we've got here. Well, it's a beautiful spot, this, and it's, I mean, the breeze is just perfect, actually. There's a lot of clutter on the Crieff Hydro land now, though. It's far too much. Well, I know they've got to create it for interest for their guests and stuff. They don't. Not all guests want to arrive at an establishment and sit and stare into space like I do, looking at the trees and the plants and the hedges and stuff and the mountains, but they want something to do with purpose. So the Crieff Hydro provide a lot of opportunities for that up at the Action Glen, which is that way. But of course it's with that sort of urbanisation of the countryside, it means you get all that sort of clutter and plastic and metal and signage and concrete and bloody nonsense. But anyway, my footage is about to conk out, so what I'll do, I'll delete something from yesterday, and I think I might just have a cigarette. Up until the late 1980s, this, or perhaps into the 1990s, if I think about it, this well never dried up. Jesus said that he that drinketh of the water, Jesus said, he that drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. Somebody's tampered with that and put in this gold writing, but they made a bit of a mess of it, I'm afraid. Sadly. But at least it's preserving it. Nobody else is doing anything. And there used to be a metal cup, which I do remember. There's a metal cup that everybody used, attached to this with a long chain. You pulled it here to the lion's head, and it was ice cold. Regardless of the time of year, it was absolutely delicious water. But they mucked it up. They're doing some work behind, and ruined it. It still flows in wet weather, but it's not spring water anymore. But anyway, Jesus is well.
Well, I don't drink as much as I used to, 'cause lately it just ain't my style. And the hard times don't hurt like they ought to. They pass quicker, like when I was a child. And somehow I've learned how to listen to a sound like the sun going down, in the magic that morning is bringing. There's a song for the life I have found. It keeps my feet on the ground. Now the midsummer's days ain't so heavy. They just blow like a breeze through my mind, and nothing appears in a hurry, and it makes up for some old lost time. Somehow I've learned how to listen to a sound like the sun going down, in the magic the morning is bringing. There's a song for the friend I have found. Keeps my feet on the ground. She keeps my feet on the ground. She keeps my feet on the ground. She keeps my feet